A vaccine sure would be a game changer in this fight against COVID-19.
We've heard it could take 12 to 18 months before we get one. President Trump said he thinks it could happen by the end of the year. So it just got us thinking about the idea of a vaccine, a timeline, and Heather, you asked, how close are we?
Right, and for this one, I went to the co-director of the Mayo Clinic's vaccine development group. So somebody who knows, obviously, about vaccine. Mayo, in fact, is looking at developing 3 or 4 COVID-19 vaccines. They're in the very early stages right now, really just in the lab stages.
Because a lot of them don't work. I mean, that's part of developing, right? I mean, it's not always going to be a winner.
Most of them don't work. The vast majority of them, they get all the way through the process, they get through the clinical trials, and then they don't make it. And so that's the hard part about a vaccine. We have dozens of companies, more than 100 companies right now working on producing a vaccine. It's an unprecedented effort, and we use that word a lot in this situation, but hundreds of companies trying to do just one thing. You have governments coming together trying to help them, throwing all kinds of money, all kinds of resources, the very best scientists in the world trying to come up with this vaccine. Now, normally it would take about 10 years, but they're trying to shorten that timeline.
Sure. And they do have a little head start on this because of MERS and SARS.
So if you've probably seen, we were talking about these hundreds of companies. The Mayo is still in the lab, but you've seen some people, we've done stories about it, that they're already doing human trials. Well, part of that is due to the type of vaccine. There's a bunch of different, there's 3 or 4 types of vaccines. So some of those vaccines are easier to create. So part of it is that, but part of it is too that some of these vaccines, the work started back with MERS and SARS. So they're using some of that research to get a head start as well.
When it comes to the creation of a vaccine, Heather, is it the actual science of figuring out the actual, the chemistry of the medication that takes a while? Or is it all the testing and the approvals and all the other stuff that comes along with it?
It's actually all of it, and generally each of those phases can take a year or so.
Oh, for each chunk.
For each chunk there. But what you have is these trials, these human trials. You get through that first work. How does the virus work? How can our vaccine work against it? Then you go towards the animal trials, but then you have 3 full phases of human trials. So the first phase is sort of that very small group, maybe 30 people. Then you work your way up to putting it into hundreds of people. Then you work your way up and putting it into thousands of people. You need to test for safety and you need to make sure it works. So a couple ways they're shortening the process is they're putting together some of these, phase 2 and phase 3 human trials. The FDA has said we're going to fast track some of the approval, but one of the big things they're doing, you've probably heard of this, it's called Operation Warp Speed. The White House announced it last week. They're going to take sort of the 5 or 6 top contenders right now, ones that have not been proven to work, and they say they're going to manufacture those. So when the ones that they do get work, will be ready to go. It's a huge gamble and it's a lot of money, but if it works, it could save a lot of time.
All right. So it could be by the end of the year.
It could be, but the experts I talked with say that's even 18 months is optimistic.